Well, good evening. Happy Monday. Welcome back to another episode of the Baseball Card Junkies podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Enfuego, and I got Mike from Rip It for Rookies with me.
How we doing?
How was the weekend, Mike?
Typical weekend for me. I worked, but not so far. Not good. Phillies lost on Saturday. Eagles lost on Sunday, and hopefully the Phillies can pull one out here. But so far, not that good for me.
Well, it was still better than my weekend because I'm laid up, broke. The Yankees lost the first two games. I mean,
yeah.
What other reasons do I have of living? That's the way I'm looking at it.
You got the podcast.
Yep, got the podcast. That's the only thing. That's my saving grace.
There you go. You got something to look forward to every week.
We got a roll call of Jason from Canadian Card Breakers. He said he's probably going to miss the first part because he's adulting right now. Then we got White Sox Tom. We got Sean, Alan.
And Sean's working too. What's Sean doing working? School's closed. School's over.
I don't know. Extracurricular activities.
Guess he's got to grade papers or something.
Yep, probably. So, all right. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and go over, not that it matters, because it really doesn't change much, is upcoming releases.
New kind of releases coming out.
The first thing that we got is 2025 Panini 3-2 baseball, which per David Adams, it's going to be $279. Excuse me. And in this set, you'll get 3 base, parallel, or insert cards and 2 hits.
What's up, Joe?
So, I mean, yeah, there's really nothing to write about. I do like the idea that they do have the like the dual and triple autos and stuff like that. So the breakdown at a glance, you get 5 cards in a hobby pack, 1 pack per hobby, 10 hobby boxes per case. We're 150 set, and this actually came out 5 days ago. So,
yeah,
I mean, if you're interested in stuff like this, by all means, knock yourself out. The checklist looks pretty solid. Again, they've got a few stragglers for active players.
Bobby's still in there. What's up with that?
Bobby's still in here.
You got a contract with Panini or something?
It's something. I don't really know. I know Judge is still in here. So there's a few stragglers in here that Panini's holding on to. You got Judge. So
I haven't seen anybody open this product yet. Usually, like Jabs will be like the first one to grab a new product. I haven't even seen him put anything up about this. I think he was so disappointed in last year's. He's probably not going to do it.
I wouldn't. You know what? I
don't blame him
for it.
Yeah, not at all.
But it's just, I don't know. It really. I mean, look at his base, Ethan Holiday, high school. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the patches. I'll give them kudos on that. They're not napkins.
Right.
This I'm not really understanding. The triple autos, okay, I do get that.
That's pretty cool.
Sometimes they are on sticker. So again, if you're into stuff like this, hey, by all means, go ahead and spend $280 at David Adams.
So what to expect in a hobby box? I see 1 autograph. Scroll down just a little bit.
1 mem.
Okay.
And 3 inserts, parallels, or base.
Or base cards. Yeah, okay. What's up, Jeff?
So that
Ray K, how we doing?
Completely up to you.
Yeah.
And then on the 8th, we got the mega boxes for Bowman Chrome. I mean, the only thing that's changed from this is the checklist from the year previous. Whatever you found in a hobby, you will likely find in the mega box.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, these are the new inserts that they have. It's the Ascensions. They're pretty cool.
Pretty cool, but it looks like what was that? Play ball or not play ball? Yeah. That kind of looks like a play ball kind of photo.
Let me see. Mega box cards at a glance. You got 5 cards per pack, 7 packs per box, with 2 of those packs being the Mojos. We still don't have a set size. They say the 2nd, but it's actually coming out on the 8th.
Okay.
That's that.
Yeah, guys, it is a pitcher's duel, and I don't I want to see some runs for the Phillies because Luzardo's only good for 6, and then that's it. I want to see a few runs.
All right, so Whatnot is starting to make their presence known again, but this time they're trying to start doing the right thing going forward. Okay, so apparently, if you are looking to establish yourself on the Whatnot platform and you're trying to sell mystery packs, be prepared to go through a vetting process. Okay, and I couldn't find exactly what requirements you need to meet, but I would assume they're going to want to know what are you going to be packing in these mystery packs, and they want to find out, you know, how transparent you are with your mystery packs.
Well, if you look at the first check there, apply and get vetted, Whatnot will review each manufacturer's business and history. So you have to have a good deal of selling mystery packs, either on probably on eBay or Whatnot, or a website or something like that, before they're going to let you do this, first of all. So if you just, you know, you're like one of the guys like me or somebody else that's just start putting mystery packs together, you're probably not going to get on there. They have to see some video and some, you know, purchases of it. And, you know, you just can't say, hey, I'm going to put this in, this in, this in. And then when it goes out and that product is not in there. What's up, Maddie?
And that goes into the next check on this list.
Big John?
Transparent checklist. Each must have a public checklist. Okay, so I guess if they're selling kind of like a Arena Club, you know, they got tiered mystery packs. So if you have a $300 mystery pack, okay, inside of it, it needs to show, you have to have a checklist that equates to $300.
Yeah, or if you're doing like a bulk sale or something like that, and you say these are the chasers, these chasers better be in there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and everybody's jumping on the board. Seems like a positive if it's enforced. Whatnot is about to lose 90% of their sellers. They're all repack scammers. Well,
yeah,
we'll see.
Good.
Yeah, I mean,
good.
We'll just see how that works out.
Jason just left you a little note.
Whatever, Jason. Now, with these repacks, they do not go into effect until November 3rd. So if you are in the business of selling repacks, you may want to go ahead and get proactive and submit yourself for consideration to sell on Whatnot. So that way, come November 3rd, there'll be no hiccups.
Yeah.
Okay, so good luck with that. All right. Grading report for the month of September. Okay. We'll skip all the numbers. All right, so these are all items graded. Clearly, PSA is leading the pack at 1.5 million. What really stuck out to me was SGC. They're slowly starting to drift away.
Yeah.
Okay. They only graded 60,000 cards, and the breakdown is for all sports, they only did 56K. Whereas for TCG, and Mike brought up a good point pre-show, you know, for TCG, they only did 3K. SGC, I mean, you won't see Pikachu in a tuxedo.
No.
Okay. Charizard, not in a tuxedo. I mean, in my opinion, everybody who's getting into the TCG game, primarily Pokemon, and then now, because I've been seeing a lot of it, like the SpongeBob, the Disney, the Lorcana.
Mm-hmm.
They're all about flipping. Everybody's going the PSA route.
PSA for that, yeah.
You know,
and that's what's jacking the prices up for us baseball collectors.
Yes.
You know, trying to get PSA slabs because they're just getting inundated with that stuff.
Yeah, and it's just I'm not.
You know,
I guess I'm.
the one thing that's interesting about this graph is that everybody else was down. CGC actually showed a little bit of a spike
Right.
in there. So where are they with the non-sports cards? They were up
They
to
are at 408K.
Okay, so that's half of what PSA does.
You know, and then for sports, they're at
Wow.
97.
Okay, so what's CGC got going on that the others don't?
Pricing, turnaround, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we can take a look into that and see what's going on with that for the next podcast. But
And if
that's
I'm
a
not
huge
mistaken, I believe
spike.
if I'm not mistaken, I think CGC is the company that allows you to customize your slab label.
Oh, okay.
As far as color wise.
Now that would be cool for the non-sports.
Actually,
it would be cool for the sports too.
It would be.
Let's take a look in that and see what's going on with them, because it seems that they're doing half the amount of cards that PSA is doing, which is kind of shocking.
Okay.
Oh,
so
Jason, I hope it's the Phillies in the World Series. I don't know. Starting to get nervous.
Right, so you got your universal label, which is this blue one here.
Mm-hmm.
Anything with an auto is in yellow. Then you got black and yellow for CGC and JSA Authentic. Now, pedigree. This label's applied to any Okay, these are comic books.
Okay.
And then you have your custom labels. So would that be a reason that they're spiking?
It could be. I mean, if they're not charging anything additional for something like that, I could see that's the reason why they are.
And wow, they got a large variety of labels.
Do. All right, we got to take a little bit of a deeper dive into CGC next week.
Yeah.
And see what they're all about compared to the other companies.
Yeah.
Because the other companies don't seem like they're doing anything different. At least CGC
No.
is adding something to it. And we'll check out the pricings, the turnaround, the bulk shipments, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Take a look at that next week.
Sounds like a plan. All right. So that was gem rate for the month. All right. PSA specials. Nothing.
And there you go.
MLB original photo special. You got 20% off. Max insured value of $5,000, 30 business days. Must be an MLB photo encapsulated, available for an additional fee, and items must fit and are currently available holders to be eligible.
Yeah, what are their holders? I mean, I got a nice 14 by 11 over here that I would like to get a slab.
Then you got your Ticket Express. Any standard size tickets are accepted. Then you get $5 off for selected grading services on your comic and magazines.
Yes, Locke, and Polaroids work.
And then you get your, if you got an old school PSA slab, you could go ahead and upgrade that if you want.
What, they could have them? What, they'll crack it?
They will likely crack it and put it in a new slab for you.
Will they regrade?
I hope they wouldn't. Okay, so, but yeah. All right, so
Band of the Basement is saying PSA will have 1 day specials on Friday, 10/10/25.
Yeah. I mean, that's that. The question is, what specials are they going to actually have?
Yeah.
Again, I don't think they're going to offer the public any type of special that's going to set them back when they're trying to play catch up at this moment.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't know. Unless they go to these major card shows and they do on the spot grading.
Well, but they do that. They do that now, don't they?
They do.
And are they charging the same fee, or is it probably going to be a little bit more?
It's probably going to be a little bit more for same day grading.
That's what I would think.
PSA has a special on ridiculous. Yeah, they do. But so they came up with an article as to, obviously we knew that the prices and the wait times are going to increase, and I'm not going to go through the whole article with you, but basically with the influx of TCG hitting everybody at PSA, as of right now, PSA only has 2 functional grading sites, one in Jersey, one in California. They're looking to build one in Boca Raton, Florida. Mike was asking why, of all places in Florida, Boca Raton.
It's expensive. The land's expensive. They're probably going to be paying more in rent. I don't think you're going to find too many people that want to work at PSA in Boca Raton.
This is true.
And then Fuego said, how about someplace out Midwest, like in Kansas or Missouri? And it's like, yeah, what about Kansas City, Missouri? Why don't they put one out there, or St. Louis?
It would make sense to have a massive grading hub, East Coast, West Coast, and in the Midwest.
Yeah.
You know, but again, that makes sense. That's why PSA is not implementing it.
That's why we're not working there.
Exactly. So I do know that they are in the process of opening one up in Toronto and then another one in Frankfurt, Germany, if I'm not mistaken. I was actually trying to find the locations, but yeah, they're gonna open up. Yeah, it was in Germany, and then one's gonna be in Canada. So, okay, here we go.
I guess would that be for like international only?
More than likely.
That's what I'm thinking.
So the new facilities, here's what they got going on. So a dedicated ticket grading operation is going to be in Plano, Texas. An expanded grading facility in Boca Raton expected to open next year.
Mm-hmm.
A full-scale grading facility in Frankfurt, Germany, opening up next year. And then another grading operation set to open in Toronto, October, sometime this month.
You figure with Pokemon and all that other stuff, why don't they open up something in Japan?
Again, that makes sense. That's why they're not doing it.
Exactly. Yeah, Jeff nailed it. You forgot it's dollars and cents, not common sense. Yeah.
I can't argue that one.
It's so true.
I cannot argue that one. Oh, man. All right. So for those of you that are into TTMs, topic of the week: why pay a pretty penny for chicken scratch? Okay,
mm-hmm.
And I know within our community, there's a couple of us that are all about TTM. Okay, you got Adam from Adam's Car Closet.
Yep.
You got
Goody
John
G.
the Fisherman.
Yep.
So
Goody.
Who?
Goody. Goody
yeah,
G.
Goody.
He's all about the TTM.
Yep. But again, why are you going to pay? And these prices are set by the player. Okay. So, number one, like for Gene Richards, if he's charging $15 an autograph, would you be satisfied with this chicken scratch right here?
And what I said in the precast is like, why would anybody get an autograph from Gene Richards?
Okay. Then you got
Gene Simmons, but not Gene Richards.
You got Mike Ken. That does not look like Mike Ken to me, because you'll end up, and I'm sure people do this. They go and send out these cards to get TTM'd. Once they return, they're going to want to go ahead and get them slabbed up as authentic at the very least. It's kind of hard to do so when, I mean, I don't know PSA or any of the grading companies' authentication for signature process, but I mean, it's kind of hard to me to authenticate that, yes, this says Mike Ken. You know, I mean, and then you got this Mark Messier. The turnaround time was 3 months, and it was $150. How many of us can do something like this and charge a fraction of what he's asking for?
You use a thick permanent marker on that?
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
I mean, it's just a matter of time before people start signing with spray cans. Yep, that's my autograph.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do
but
that.
some of the places, if you're looking to get into TTMs, they do have places where they have addresses for these players. So like you got Sports Card Forum. For a lot of you, they got Sports Collectors Net. For some of you older folks, they got the white pages. So I mean, something to think about. Not trying to deter you or steer you away from it, but I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense. You know, if I'm looking for an autograph from a particular player and he's wanting me to pay a specific price, give me an autograph that matches that price, not no chicken scratch.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Ben in the basement. Gene Simmons wouldn't be selling anything for $15.
Yeah. All right, so this is it's only happened on 2 instances that I could have found recently. So you got this kid who is a prospect for the Pirates, Connor Griffin. He ended up winning the Baseball America Minor League Player of the Year award, and for some ungodly reason, his prices just went through the roof. Okay. And I've got his market mover stuff up here. 90 days ago, you could have picked this chrome refractor up for 146. Somehow it jumped up to 200. 309 for a base auto. Now it's 415. And he's not the only one. Okay. Because we got Mr. Cam Schlittler.
Yeah.
You know,
Look what
I
this
try to
card
go
did.
back as far as the beginning of time, but since his Bowman first came out in September, that's as far back as they have. But you could have picked up the card initially for $100. Now, the most recent sale, which was yesterday, we're looking at $400. Okay. Doesn't make any sense to me. Now, here's some of the prices that they went through. On the 5th, $300 was the asking price. Obviously, best offer was accepted. Here's another one for $500. Probably got it for like 4 and some change. 130, 100, 100.
Yeah, that's 930, 930, 10-1, and then it jumped up.
Yeah.
After that, after a couple of games with the Yankees in the postseason.
And okay, so with Cam Schlittler, I get it. Everybody is jumping on this train because of the game that he had on game 3 of the wild card series.
Yeah.
You know, he pitched 8 innings, struck out 12. I got that. He is scheduled to pitch tomorrow. Who's to say you'll only get maybe 3 innings out of him, strikes out 2?
I know 2 people that'll say that. Jeff and Jason.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's
exactly, Orlando.
Yep.
It's one game and people go crazy. It's insane.
It just don't make
That's
no
why
sense.
if you're somebody that has that card and somebody makes that offer, you're like, yes, let's go. Because there are stupid people out there.
I mean, look at with Jason Dominguez. He was the hottest thing in 2020, 2021.
Yep. He was the prospect.
Where is he at now?
Is he even on the roster?
He's on the roster.
Has he played a game?
No, he has not.
No at-bats. Wow.
No at-bats at all. He hasn't even pinch ran for Stanton yet.
Unreal. Yeah.
And there you go. He wasn't even a top 30 prospect for the Yankees. You know, I mean, this is all. The kid can have a great game, one game. The next time he pitches, or it could be a batter. You know, let's just take Stanton, for example. Let's just say he goes 5 for 5, 2 home runs, 6, 7 RBIs. The next game, he goes 0 for 4, struck out 3 times. You know, he's going to tank. It just doesn't make no sense to me at all.
I think you see more of the rise and fall with the younger players than you do with the veteran players. It's pretty much. I mean, Stan's might go up a little bit, but if he goes over 5, it's not going to go down that much. But we're talking dollars. We're not talking hundreds of dollars,
right?
Like a young player. It's like, oh, he's the next big thing, and it's like, okay, go spend $500 on that card. Good luck. Well, I'll talk to you in 2 years and buy it from you for $10.
Well, I mean, okay, so the last perfect game that was pitched was from Domingo Germán. He was a pitcher for the Yankees. His cards went up maybe $50, but then his next pitch, his next scheduled outing didn't do as good.
Yeah,
and his cards just literally nosedived. But I mean, wow, these flippers, it's just like the stock market, like you always say, Mike.
Yeah. What's hot, what's not.
Yep. All right, so the hobby on the current grading market. Okay, so apparently in 2025, you as a collector have to be very selective on what gets graded and what does not. My rebuttal to that is, who was this article directed towards? The flippers or the purists? Okay. And basically they're saying that the grading game has changed, which it has. Okay. Because the grading standards have changed. It went from 55-45 to 64. No, it went from 60-40 to 55-45. Okay. And you're not seeing that many PSA 10s as previous. But now this article, now mind you, the person that wrote this article, his name is Richard Brummett. Okay. And he's telling collectors what is still worth grading in 2025. To a certain degree, I do agree with him. But then on top of that, it's not for everybody. So yes, Chrome Prospect Autos from Bowman, Draft, and Sapphire. Yes, everybody wants to get those slab. Got it. Your true short prints and case hits. This is an argument that if Arnie was here, he would fight it to tooth and nail. What is deemed a case hit?
Exactly. Yeah.
Your iconic veterans in rare sets. First set that comes to mind, Tiffany. Maybe the Desert Storm sets. Okay. Junk wax era gems in a high grade. Well, how are you going to know if it's going to be a high grade if you haven't sent it off yet?
They're tough. They're very tough.
They are. Like, if I was to send an Upper Deck Griffey rookie to go get graded, I'll be ecstatic for a 9.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'll be happy for an 8.
Happy for an 8.
Okay, I mean,
now what I sent you that Mariano Rivera card, his first Bowman or his Bowman card, and I looked at it and I thought, oh, this is easily a 9. What did it come back?
It came back a 7. No, it came back at 8. I'm sorry.
Came back an 8. Okay, but I thought it was easily a 9, maybe possibly a 10. It was so clean. I don't know what they found wrong with it, but it came back an 8.
Yeah. Here's the item that you should not be grading. Any base rookies from 2020 to present.
No.
Who are you to determine that?
Because they're so overprinted.
Okay.
Obviously, the pop is going to be very high.
Yeah.
It's not now, with some of the rookies, you're not even going to get your money back on for the grading price.
You're right.
You can pick up a lot of PSA 10s for $10 and under. I know. I found them. I bought them for under $10.
And okay, so let's just say you bought a rookie Kyle Schwarber for $10. Okay.
I think a rookie Kyle Schwarber is going to be a little bit more because that was what, 2017, 2016, where the
Roughly,
print
yeah.
runs were lower. Oh, if I found one for $10, yeah, I'm buying
If you
it.
found one for $10,
Oh, I'm buying it.
you're gonna buy it.
Absolutely.
You're gonna go through it and see if it's a candidate to get graded. Okay.
Okay.
With today's prices now, you're looking at tacking on $22 on top of that $10. So now you're at $32. It comes back, let's just say a PSA 8. In the mind of everybody who is not a pure collector is going to say you took a heavy loss.
Right.
But the question is, did you really?
Did I really take a? No, I don't think I really took a heavy loss.
No,
I don't think I did personally. Because I have that card and now it's in plastic and it's going to be that way for the rest of its life.
Exactly.
Or the rest of my life, whichever lasts longer. Probably the card's life.
So some other reasons you should not grade would be cards with visible flaws.
Right.
Okay. Well, again.
Well, it depends if it's a 1950 or a 1940 card and it's got visible flaws. Yeah. But, a card nowadays with visible flaws, why would you even think about grading it? Probably going to wind up in the trash more than likely, unless it's an autograph or, numbered to 10 or something like that.
Right. Then you got your retail prism parallels.
Hey, Clinton.
What's going on, Clinton? What else? Inserts with low demand. Okay.
Just your common, like the 89 design or something like that insert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Then you got your pro tips. Run the numbers first. Before you submit anything, do this. Expect the PSA 10 sale price, the grading fees, the shipping and selling fees, cost to acquire the card, potential profit. Mm-hmm. So obviously this article is geared more towards flippers. Okay.
I actually think it's kind of more towards newbies getting into it. I think people that have been in this for a while now kind of already know this from, just watching videos and, podcasts like ours and stuff like that. But for somebody coming in new, if you think you're going to make profit, you're not going to.
Now, the only exception that I can think of, and I'm sure the chat as well as yourself would agree with me on, from a pure collector standpoint, in your case, you collect everything and anything Philadelphia Phillies.
Correct.
Now, if you are looking to finalize, let's just say an 83 set of all your Phillies. Okay. You're short 2.
Okay.
But yet you've got an abundance of modern / ultra modern cards that are what in your mind in good shape. You send those off to grade. Okay. Let's just say they come back 9s and 10s. You can use those as either trade bait or you can sell them off. Whatever you make on them, you can put those profits towards those last 2 cards to complete that set. That's the only exception I could come up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But other than that, grading in 2025 isn't dead and isn't slowing down. It's more so about what is being graded, being tactical and smarter in your approach. That rule of thumb does not apply to everybody, in my opinion, unless you happen to use the method that I just mentioned as part of improving upon your actual collection.
I'm just curious about PSA grading. Back in 2020, when the pandemic hit and the boom was starting, how much did it cost to grade a card? Throw it out to the chat. Anybody that graded cards in 2020. I'd also like to see a comparison of how many cards were graded in 2020 compared to 2024 or 2025.
I know between 2020 and 2024, there was a reduction in grading fees at one point, more earlier towards 2020.
Alan says $10. That's what I was thinking it was around. I was thinking around the $10 mark.
But now at the same time,
says.
Yeah, you was paying $10 to get your cards graded, but at the same token, you was waiting minimum 11.
We were waiting forever. Yeah, we were waiting forever for the cards. I was just curious about how much it was to grade a card back then. I thought it was around the $10 to $15 at the most for a card.
Now, yeah, I know there are some grading companies that are priced a lot cheaper than PSA, but evidently everybody's going to be gravitating towards PSA because if you're looking at making a business out of it, you want your inventory in a PSA slab, maybe a Beckett. And we're talking football and basketball. Okay. So, I mean, White Sox Tom said SGC was $10.
$10, yeah. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was around that
you price know, but things like that will never come back. So that's pretty much everything we've got regarding the hobby. But now, as far as sports,
we went pretty far on hobby today. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Rumors on the West Coast. This is your new Angels manager.
Can't do any worse.
Yeah. I mean,
I will be right back.
The question that I have for the chat would be, does it make a difference? I know Pujols is not a Hall of Famer just yet, but when he does get the call, or any player that is a current Hall of Famer, do you think that with that status on their resume, would that matter in a performance of a team? Okay. Jason said they're still going to lose 90 games. I mean, what does the chat think? Okay, not at all. I mean, they may have some influence on a part of the team. Like, okay, Pujols, he's known for his bat. Would he have influence on the Angels on the offensive aspect of the game?
I'm just going to say one thing. Just because you're a great baseball player doesn't mean you can be a great manager.
Okay, so in your mind, Hall of Famers, whether you are a Hall of Famer or not, does not determine a change in a team's performance.
No, I don't. Initially, maybe. But when it comes down to, like, game situations and stuff like that, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, if it was, then, Brooks Robinson would have been a manager. Mike Schmidt would have been a manager. Mike Schmidt was a manager for the minor leagues, and players couldn't relate to him.
Okay.
There is a difference between that. I mean, Mattingly, who should have been in the Hall of Fame, was a good manager.
Right.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trying to think. It's a different psyche from being a player to being a manager. I mean, it's one thing to get along with the guys, and it's the other thing to be in charge of the guys.
Now, I will stand by the statement of, again, if Pujols does get picked to be the next Angels manager, he may have influence for offense.
Yeah. I mean, even like White Sox Tom just brought up, Ryan Sandberg with the Phillies. Didn't work. It didn't work.
I mean, for a whole team operation, I don't think it would work, but if you excelled, let's just say if you have a Hall of Fame pitcher managing a team, he may have some kind of influence for the pitching staff.
Yeah, but here's the other thing about it. I mean, you look at the great managers back in the 80s, 70s and 80s. Earl Weaver, what kind of baseball career did he have?
Right.
Sparky Anderson, Tony La Russa.
Yogi Berra won two World Series as a manager.
He won 2 World Series as a manager?
Yeah.
With the Yankees? Or with who? With the Yankees?
I think one with the Yankees. I'm not 100% sure who he won it with, but he's got a total of 10, 8 as a player, 2 as a manager.
Yeah. I think it just takes a different mindset to be a manager than to be a player.
That's interesting. Tom says catchers always make the best managers.
Yeah, look at Joe Torre. Yeah, there's something about that too. Because you know what? The catcher calls the game. The catcher sees everything.
Okay.
So maybe that's a little bit more the mindset that you need to be a manager, because you're seeing the entire game. You're not out in right field where you're looking, at this one section. Oh, this is my section and this is where I have to get the ball. The catcher, you're looking at every position. You're looking at all the alignments of everybody. Mm-hmm. You're calling. You're basically calling the game. You're doing what a manager does.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean,
what's up, Adam? How you doing?
Those are valid points.
I mean, Bobby Cox, another great manager.
Okay.
What was his baseball career like? It's just, you don't have to be a Hall of Famer to be a manager. You just have to understand the game.
I'm curious now.
Yeah. I mean, Joe Torre had a good career as a player, but Bobby Cox, I think he was just pretty much manager only. Playing career.
As a player, he played for the Yankees for 2 seasons, and as a manager, he did the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And basically,
Sparky Anderson, another one. Whitey Herzog, Jim Fry. You can rattle off the names of these managers from the 70s and the 80s that were great managers, but yeah, it's a totally different mindset.
Okay, so only thing a manager needs to do is know when to change pitchers.
Well, nowadays it seems like that. And I mean, back when it was without the DH, there was a little bit more involved with it, with the double switch and stuff like that, switching the pitcher for a position player and, where they're going to go in the batting order and stuff like that. I think managers now just have to get the team on the same page, and when to pull a pitcher and make replacements in the field.
This is true. All right, so we've seen a lot of the stuff that I'm about to show everybody is all related to game 1 of the division series.
Tom's got a good one. I think Yachty would make a great manager. I agree.
Yachty?
I agree 100%.
Well, here's what I think. We got the World Baseball Classic coming up next year.
Love it.
A lot of these players who are tagged to be managers, like I think Yachty is going to be for Team Puerto Rico. Let's see how their managerial skills are.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll do good as well, but we'll see. Now, can we agree that umpires play a pivotal role on outcomes of games?
All right. Dom is listening, but he can't type, so he just texted me. Most of the best managers in baseball weren't Hall of Fame players. Dusty Baker, Joe Madden, Joe Torre, etc. So he had to get that in there.
Okay, he can't type, but he could text you.
Well, he's not on YouTube. He's driving. At least he's listening.
All right, so I'll reiterate the question again. Can we agree that umpires play a pivotal role on outcomes of games?
Absolutely.
Okay. And I'm sure everybody in the chat right now did not watch game 1 between Toronto and New York. Okay. In my mind, this cost the Yankees game 1. Okay, they're saying that it was a foul, but you can clearly see it hit off of him, and the ball remained in fair territory. Now, with that being said, okay, here is the definition of a foul ball while you're still in the batter's box. If a batted ball that has not yet been touched by a fielder makes contact with a batter who still has 2 feet in the batter's box, the ball will be ruled foul. Okay. But in this case, going back to that clip that I just showed you, it clearly hit the batter's foot first. Okay. And my brother just showed up, and apparently the umpire's name was Huele Bicho. If you don't know what Huele Bicho is, it's an explicitive.
I kind of figured it was.
Yeah. So clearly they did not know what they were doing when that call was made. Okay. Which I don't understand, which goes into my next point. We're going to go over umpire reports.
Okay.
All of game 1.
Dom confirmed. Yes, he's listening, and he sent a voice text, so he didn't type it.
Okay. As long as his hands are on 10 and 2. It's all that matters.
Yeah.
All right. So ALDS game 1 between Detroit and Seattle. Overall accuracy was 91%. Okay. His consistency was about 91%.
So he gets an A-.
So impactful missed calls. Bottom of the 4th, Melton to Polanco, 1 out. Top of the 11th, and then top of the 2nd. So the average is about 88% strike accuracy. This umpire clearly was below average.
I'm sorry, I'm watching the Phillies games. Harper just struck out.
So that's that game. Now let's move on to the next game.
He gets a D, missed 23 calls.
All right, going to the
Phillies. How many calls did he actually miss? Did it say missed calls on there?
Yeah, 14 of 56 strikes were called true balls.
Oh my God.
1 of 113 called balls were true strikes. Okay. So he's less than half on called strikes that were true balls.
He's got a wide strike zone.
All right. So Nestor Ceja, he was around 95% accurate, 95% consistency. So 2 of the 51 call strikes were actual balls. 5 of the actual balls that he called were actually true strikes. So he'll get a pass on this one.
I mean, yeah, that's, I guess that's about the best you can get for an umpire.
Yeah. All right. Now,
which is still not 100%.
Yankee Toronto, 90%, 97% accurate, 92% consistent. 2 of the 33 call strikes were true balls. 2 of the 98. Okay, so he was another one. And then the last one, 94% accurate and consistent. 6 of the 49 called strikes were true balls. 4 of the 116 called balls were true strikes. So, I mean, it's too early to actually beat up the umpires that bad, if you will, minus this guy right here. No, not this one.
The first one.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
at least it's not Angel Hernandez numbers.
You just read my mind. You just read my mind. If it was Angel Hernandez, we would be having a different discussion right now.
Yeah.
Okay. The pitch would probably be thrown at a manager, and that would be called for a strike. So, I mean, I really don't know what to make of this, but I do know that and everybody across the internet is consistent with it. How big of a change will balls and strikes be called when it's automated next season?
I'm all for the automation.
Okay. Adam says it sounds fair to him. Tell judges the regular season. Okay. Anyway, anyway, so if we're gonna go automated for balls and strikes next season, what roles will umpires have next season? With the exception if a ball's hit out to either right or left field, it hits that line, they'll be the ones to call it fair or foul.
Well, the only thing is they're only going to have 2 chances to challenge, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you're still going to have the umpire, right? But it's coming down to more automation and replay in the sport, where the human factor is taken out.
Okay,
it's being dissolved. But the thing is, like back in the all right, if you watch a baseball game back in the late 70s, early 80s, how many camera angles did they have? 3 at the most. One in the outfield, one behind the plate, maybe 2 in the outfield.
Right.
Now they have them everywhere. They got them on the base. They got them on the bag. They got cameras going back and forth down the first and third base line.
Umpires are strapped with cameras.
How many cameras are there in baseball? So it's becoming more critical with the cameras. So people are seeing more of the bad calls and the bad plays and stuff like that. Back in the day, the umpire rule, that was it. The umpire call, that was it. You can argue as much as you want. You're getting thrown out of the game. It didn't matter. There was no overturning of the call. But now with technology, everybody's saying, hey, he missed this, or oh, did you see that? Oh, look at that. And that's what it's coming down to.
And it's still going to play pivotal because we're only going automated at the plate. What about those stolen base bang bang plays?
Well, no, they're getting reviewed.
I know they'll get reviewed, but one umpire may see one thing, whereas another umpire be like, no, what the hell are you smoking? Get your eyes checked. He was clearly out.
And it gets reviewed, but now they have the glove where it's an extra 1 inch, or maybe they extend the glove to 2 to 3 inches. And they have a longer glove to get another 1 to 2 inches onto that bag.
I mean, the question would be,
the only time I use something like that is when I take something out of the oven and it's 400 degrees. I don't need that to fill a base.
I would like to see a season where an entire game is fully automated.
What? No umpires? Well, you're still going to have umpires down the lines, right?
You're still going to have umpires down the line calling fairs and fouls.
Right.
But that's it. Stolen bases, automated. Balls and strikes, automated.
Well, you're still going to need somebody at second. You're still going to need an ump at second base to make the initial call.
Right.
But everything's going to have to be reviewed then. That could turn a baseball game into 4 or 5 hours.
Because, and we actually talked about that last week with the ABS system. You just tacked on.
Yeah, there you go, Adam. Just get AI players. There you go. Just simulate the whole damn season.
Then if that's the case, why not just broadcast a game of MLB The Show then with the teams that are supposed to play?
Exactly.
But as it stands right now, you've got an umpire behind the plate, one at second, one at right field, left field. So that's what, 5?
Well, you're going to have 6 umps in the playoffs, 4 in the regular season. First, second, third, and home in the regular season, and then right field, left field are added in the playoffs.
Now, if everything was to go automated, you're probably knocking down the umpire crew to maybe 2, 3 the most.
Oh, here we go. Lazardo's in the 7th. This is where it all falls apart. Sorry, guys. First and third, no outs. Phillies are
Just
going
a
to
couple of
lose.
things to think about. I mean, it's just I don't know. I mean, many games went sour from bad calls.
Yeah.
Many games were upsets because of bad calls. And
I mean, with this, you can't please everybody. And, it's like I like baseball back in the 70s and 80s where, it was like that was the call and that was it. If you argued, you got thrown out. And, yeah.
Okay. A lot of the time it's hard to call strike or ball because most shots aren't straight on. They are from an angle, so it's hard to tell. Well, that's when we get, Chat GPT involved.
I mean, well, what's going on with? I mean, like all baseball players are like different sizes. So you got somebody that's 5'7". Are they going to, put like sensors on him? Like this is the strike zone here, and this is the strike zone here. And you got somebody that's 6'4". The strike zone's here, and the strike zone's here. I mean, how is it going to work?
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, with that, let's take Alejandro Kirk. He's only 5'8".
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you got Judge, who's 6'7".
Exactly.
Strike zone is way smaller than it used to be too.
Yeah, what is the strike zone? I always thought it was from the letters to the knees.
Yep, that's what I thought.
That's what I always thought it was. Apparently, it's not.
And then from left to right, it has to float over the plate.
Yeah.
But
so it's a whole can of worms that we could get.
It really is.
But
we'll see how it goes so far. All right, last point of business. Okay, this is where we at as far as postseason is concerned. Right now, series is tied between Detroit and Seattle.
That's a great series.
Toronto, Yankees may potentially face elimination at home tomorrow. Hopefully that's not the case. Dodgers are up 1-0, and
no, they're going to be up 2-0. Phillies are out. They're done.
The what now?
I'm calling it. Phillies are done. They're out.
Okay.
They're out.
And then you got Milwaukee and Chicago, with Milwaukee up 1-0, and they play tonight at 9:00. All right, so I mean,
well, if I can't root for the Phillies, I'm going to root for the Cubs in the National League. The American League, I still, even though they stuck it to us in '93, I still got to go with Toronto.
If the Yankees get sent home, I'm gonna ride the Seattle bandwagon for the American League. National League, I feel pretty good about the Phillies moving on.
No way. They're not. It's not happening. It's over tonight.
And then I see Milwaukee moving on. So those are just my guesstimates. So today you got Dodgers and Phillies going right now. 9:00, Cubs and Brewers. Tomorrow, got Game 3, Seattle and Detroit, Toronto and New York.
Is the Seattle-Detroit game early?
Seattle and Detroit, 4:00.
Nice. I'll be home. I'll watch that game.
Yep.
We got a 4:00 and an 8:00 tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Okay.
If the Phillies get out of this inning by somehow, I don't know. I'm just aging very quickly right now.
If they were completely healthy, Adam, I would agree with you. But Julio is out right now with a hamstring issue.
Did he go out in that first game?
Yep. Oh, but they say he's back in it for Game 2, so there may be hope.
Because I know he was like 3 for 3 in the first game, and then they pulled him out. I didn't know why they pulled him out.
Right. So, but that's pretty much everything that we have going on for today's podcast. Anything else you want to add?
Go home. Got him. What?
Somebody's
going to be doing a podcast and watching the Phillies game. Yeah, they're going to replay this. I think they got him at home. I'm sorry. That's how I watch baseball.
So any thoughts on everything that was talked about today, Mike?
I got lots of thoughts, but I think the strike zone thing was interesting. Definitely take a look at the grading companies and why CGC took a little bit of a jump ahead of everybody else. And he was out. Wait, let me take one more look. There's the foot. Foot was up. No, shit. From that angle, I can't tell. I think he's safe. All
right. While Mike is venting on the Phillies game, outside of the podcast,
no reviews allowed. That's right.
Just to give everybody a heads up, I do go in to speak with my doctor about surgery on Thursday. That will not stop me from doing the podcast, but I did show Mike my MRIs and they were pretty exciting.
Oh yeah, it was great. I mean,
whereas the bottom of the ending of the tendon is attached to the heel, and then you've got the other half about 2 inches above where it was supposed to be.
If you're looking at a map of the United States, just look at Florida and see it breaking away from the United States. That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
it was kind of floating there right now.
It was pretty bad. So, but I'll keep everybody posted on what's going on with that. And as we get news about the hobby and what's going on in the division series and everything, we'll bring it back to you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Maybe I won't be watching a baseball game next week. Oh God.
Look who decides to show up.
Arnie.
What's up, Arnie?
What's going on, man? Stretch my tendon, would you? Pull my finger.
But I do appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. If you're new, subscribe. Obviously, you know we're all usual suspects here. This is like an episode of Cheers. Where everybody knows your name. But other than that, Mike, you got anything upcoming?
Let's see. I got a Goodwill Wednesday coming up.
Okay.
And we're going to be doing a giveaway for the following Wednesday. I picked a bunch of cards out from there. Let's see. Sunday night, I'm going to be doing a podcast with Maiden. And good news, Rush fans, they're going to tour again. They've got a new drummer. Well, not a new drummer, not a replacement drummer. Somebody sitting in for Neil. And if you haven't seen it, go take a look at it. They're only going to do 7 cities. They're going to do, I think, 11 shows, and it's going to span for like 3 months. So they're doing like one show, taking 3 weeks off, doing another show, taking 3 weeks off because they're old. But no, they didn't dig him up. Get the hell out of here. Sacrilege. That's it. I got to time him out.
All right.
Yeah, they are playing in Toronto. Yeah, Toronto, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Cleveland, someplace in Texas, and actually Mexico City, Mexico. They're going to play, and they have a female drummer, and she is awesome.
They're doing a mariachi edition.
Yeah, they'll probably. I know they're going to fine tune something because I know when they were in Germany, they started playing some German kind of music before some of their songs and stuff like that. So they'll definitely do something for Mexico. Okay. Yeah, she is great, Alan. Yeah, I watched a couple of her videos. I didn't know who she was, and now that when I saw her drum, I want to know more about her. I mean, one of her videos had like 3.4 million views, and how come I didn't know about this drummer? Yeah. Annika, yeah, she is great. Yeah. So I'm actually the one thing is I'm glad they're not coming to Philly because I don't feel like shelling out like $500 to go see them. So I will watch them on YouTube and
so you already know if they did a show in Philly, you would be there.
I know I would be there. I know I would be there. It would be number 30. I would hit 30 Rush shows. Yeah.
Okay.
But it would be the first one without Neil. So I don't know if that would count or not, but
yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us, and we will see you all again next Monday. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Sounds good.